Hey folks, Leo here, and welcome back to another game where I'm show you maybe my immortal game. I just make it 90.9% of accuracy. My opponent, which is it seems like a kid. He is very similar a kid or well a baby, anything like this, and he just make it 66.8. So I just make it two sacrifices to finish this game. And well, three moves of book, 14 best moves. Well, I just think, hey, I think which I can make a lot of very good options here. So in the opening, I just made it 80, just 84%. Yes, 80, just 84.8. And in the middle game, 90, 94.5. So it was one game in the daily game, which yes, it's a tough game. It's a thinked game, and so I'm gonna show how brilliant was this game. So I started with the f3 with the white pieces. I'm always playing with the Hattie and just trying to use the Hattie gambit. So c5, c4, and now d6, knight c3, and now these squares are attacked by the two knights. So a6, e4, now e6 and d4 to attack this guy. And if he captures, I can capture with the knight or maybe even with the queen. a6, trying to start the limitation of my pieces, starting with the bishop, bishop e2, knight c6, d5. My idea is always advance the pawn when I can make. So d4, and now it's just a good idea. I see, hey, I need to protect my king, and now he came with the g5. So I think, hey, this is not one guy that castles. He just start to make the pawn storm. So he will start one pawn storm against me. And I think, hey, I think which this guy needs to stop. So I just capture, and now he attacks the knight, and now I attack the rook, gain when I capture the pawn, and now he just put this guy here attacking the queen, and now the f4 square is attacked two times by these pieces. So I just came it back with the queen. I think which I can go slowly. I have one pawn for advantage. I can go very, very slow. So knight f6 and activating the bishop, connecting the rooks. And I think that, hey, this guy thinks that I am crazy, right? Because, well, he is just advancing this pawn and he is completely crazy. I think which I can activate the rook of a in c1. So he now activates the rook g8. And I think that, hey, I think which I can advance this knight. I just spent a lot of hours thinking in the variants. So I can move this guy here, or maybe should be a trap. And I think the bishop needs to support here. So if it goes to here with the knight, he can attack with the bishop. Yes, he can, but maybe this bishop will be overloaded in some time. And I think in the future I cannot start to advance this bishop because now this bishop just can't move. He just he just don't have any type of squares. And this rook, this bishop, this other bishop, and his queen can't play. They can't play the game. They are completely out of the game. They are completely off. And so we have one more thing, which is this king is completely, well, he is in the center. We have a king in the center. So I just think that, hey, I can advance this pawn because it's supported by the bishop. But I think, hey, he can capture this guy. I can push this rook and maybe make this guy goes here, but he has a bishop. He has another bishop. Maybe he can move the knight and capture the pawn. This pawn can be promoted by this way. So I think, hey, I think which I can advance this pawn. So the idea here is I just goes to here, but if I goes to here and make this, maybe, nah, maybe he can block with the bishop, with the other bishop, and yes, well, it's just a blunder. Well, I think though that yes, I just can't capture this guy. Yes, I remember it here. It's just a blunder. But well, I think we can't move this guy. But maybe if I came with this knight to a4, I can advance because now the rook and the bishop will support the advance of this pawn. So I just take the knight and attack the b6 and c5 squares. So a5, he's trying to limit my pieces to start one support with this pawn, or maybe even this advance. And I just think that, hey, I think this is one gambito. So now I have two options. I can advance this knight, or I can advance this bishop. And I think that, hey, I think I need to advance this guy because, well, this guy can't be here because we have a rook here. And if this pawn goes out of this way, the rook will attack the knight. So I came with this c5 because now I can attack this guy with my bishop. So he captures, and now I have three pieces attacking the c5 square. And I think that, hey, I think which now is the time. I'm very, very near of this king now. My knight is in this queen. It's just the queen of number 5. Well, it's the number 5, and I think that, hey, I can bring all of these pieces. I can bring the queen here. I can give a check. Well, I maybe can bring the bishop too. Sooner or later, I can move this bishop or not. Maybe this bishop are very, very strong here, supporting the knight and supporting these diagonals. And I think, hey, I have very, very activated bishop pair and bishop pair, and I have one very activated queen, and my rook are activated, and my king is completely protected. So I think which my king is more protected than the Donald Trump. So, well, I think that, hey, I can advance now. And he just helped me because now he just advanced one more pawn. And I think, hey, this guy is completely crazy. Are you crazy, guy? You are just helping me with this. He's just moving pawns. Now I can attack with the queen, and is this what I do? Queen b5 check, bishop d7. So back to the game. I capture with the knight, and now he captures with the knight. And I think, hey, well, I don't have more knights, but now he don't have the bishop. And this knight, which are here in the, which was here in the f6 square, now is completely pinned. And his king just will don't move to here. And not too soon, he just will move this bishop because this bishop can goes to here. He can't castle in the king side. He can't castle in the queen side because the queen can't go out by here because I have the rook and I have the queen completely dominating all these squares here. And even if he activates the queen for here and here, I have a bishop pair, which are very, very strong here. Very, very strong. And they are here. And this rook can be activated. This rook is playing the game. He can't castle by here because of the rook. And he can castle because of the queen too. And he can castle because he moved this rook. So this king will be here by a good and very, very good time. I just think that f4, it's a good way. Because if I take f4 and he captures, I just will put this bishop here, which should be a very, very strong idea. Yes, it's the best option. So now I can capture maybe this guy, but I think which I can start to advance, and I think which I can bring this rook to here and maybe bring the other rook. My bishops are very, very strong, and they can save my king from any type of thing. So I think in which is not a good option. And now he plays queen a4, and I look at and I see, oh no, now this rook will make this pawn advance. And this queen is very, very near of my king. So I figured, hey, I need to sacrifice the bishop. I need to move this bishop to here. Or I need to advance this pawn and create a pawn chain. What I need to do, guy? What I should do? Because, but I figured, hey, this king is completely pinned. So I think and I look at, well, this file is completely dominated by this rook. I have this pawn which can advance in some time. These pawns are very, very strong here. Very, very strong. And these bishops are very, very activated here. So what I need to do, and I just think, hey, and if I just give my queen, because I can just capture and he will need to capture with the king. And if he captures it with the king, I will attack, giving a check with this bishop, and a check with this bishop, and I think, hey, I just think, hey, this could work. This could work. No, this will work. So I just captured, and queen d7 is the move. Queen d7. No one here can win. Just this queen move. So now queen is just sacrificing. Queen captures this 7 check. So the king needs to capture. And now is another check with the bishop. And I think that, hey, this king will need to, well, right? King d8 and followed by bishop b6 check. And I think it, well, I need to take this guy. This guy can't go to here because of the rook. But I think which I need to attack with all the other rooks here. I think which I can advance one of these guys. So this guy is controlling here, and this guy is just controlling here. And I just look at it and see, well, all those poses that I make it in this week, they need to work for something. And now it's the time to see if I really, really work it well. So now he needs to move here. And I think, well, I can attack with the rook. So, well, king g7 and rook c7 check. So now he needs to move. It's the only move. And I just think that, hey, now what I do now? I can capture the pawn or not. Yeah, if I capture the pawn, well, I think it, well, if I capture the pawn, he can go to here and attack my rook. Or he can attack this guy, maybe sooner or later. So he will need to move to here. And if I move here, I will need to move the rook again. So it will be another check. It can go to here. And now it will be a little bit more hard to start to check this king. So now the advantage is not more mine. It's not more mine. So I think no, I can't capture this pawn. I need to make some type of move like, well, I can just go to here, maybe, to give another check. He can't capture with my rook with the pawn because it will be a check again. So I think that, well, this is the way, this is the idea. So now he captures, so now he moves the king to here. And now I think that, well, this is a very, very interesting. I can go to here. No, I can't. But now he's completely blocked here. He's completely blocked here too. The bishop can block too. And I think, well, I can go to here and give other check. But I think which he can go to here and I goes to here. And this is a, well, this is a one perpetuum check. Well, I don't like this. So I just think that, hey, these guys are very strong here. So I just move it to capture here. Because if he captures, you need to capture. So he can't go to here, he can't go to here. So he can't go to here and to here too. So not to here too and not to here too. And this is a sacrifice for checkmate. You need to capture and it needs to be with the pawn because the king can't capture because the rook is completely supported by the pawn. And so the idea here is after this pawn attacking and capturing the rook, I just move this guy d6. And now with d6, I just completely blocked the king by here and here. And my other rook is blocking this guy for here. The bishop don't make any type of difference because my rook is completely attacking this column. So this pawn is completely very, very strong. My pawn in e5 and my other pawn in d6, these 2 pawns and this bishop pair, they are more strong than this queen. They are very, very more strong. So now with this king attacked and completely blocked and completely trapped. So in this move is just a d6 checkmate. So I just win this game, and I think, hey, I make it 2 brilliant moves in the same game. This is possible. And I look at it to the analysis, and I look at it and I told to myself, yes, I have been doing this. This was amazing, an amazing game, and this is just completely amazing. Just attacking more and more the guy until the checkmate. Very, very, very strong. So, well, I'm not a good player. Well, it's a daily game, okay, but even being a daily game, it's good when you do some things like this. And I think which I just I just can't imagine myself doing those sacrifices, making true sacrifices like this, because I needed to think a lot and a lot to make all these movies. So this was very, very bad. And well, what I need to talk is this. It's my semi-immortal game. So, well, if you like and enjoy it, let me know in the comments. And if you want more games like this, not necessarily with brilliant sacrifices, but with good analysis and with good tactics in the game, in the middle game. So let me know in the comments. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you the next time. Bye bye.